These are assembly instructions for my Halloween lamp. The first part of the video focuses on the assembly of these lamps with the solid shades, and there are two versions. One of them is a shorter version with a tall base, and the other one is a taller version, but it has a much shorter base. The second part of the video shows the assembly of the lamps that have a cutout in the lampshade so that you can insert either acetate or vellum. There's also a cutout in the pillar or the neck of the lamp where you can insert a little light bulb, so that way your lamp can light up. So for the most part, these two go together the same as the other two with a few small differences. I'm starting with the base piece. I'm folding down on the first set of score lines that are part of that center octagon. And then I am folding down on the second set of score lines. I'm just folding down on those little triangular tabs that are on one side. There are 8 of them. And then I'm folding down on those longer tabs. So I'm selecting one of those tiny triangles and the tab that's above it. I'm putting glue from the score line to the edge. I'm bringing the neighboring panel over, and I want the cut edge of that panel to be right along the score line of both of those tabs. I'm doing the same thing with the tabs that are on the left of the piece that I've just glued in, and then gluing the neighboring panel right in. So I'm just working my way around the shape, doing that for all 8 sets of tabs. So this is the neck of my lamp, and I'm just folding down on all the score lines. There's a series of score lines running the length, and I'm just folding down on all those score lines. And then there's these little tabs at the ends, and I'm folding down on all of them. So next I have one panel that has no tabs on the end. I'm going to put glue from the score line to the end all along that panel. I'm bringing the other end round, gluing the cut edge right to the score line. So next I have my lampshade. I've already applied the vinyl to my lampshade, so I've just taken a well-used piece of transfer tape and transferred my vinyl onto my piece of orange cardstock. So next I'm just folding down on those little tabs. And then I have it face down on the mat. I'm running my bone folder along the edge of that circular part just to smooth out the edges between my tabs. And so next I'm putting glue from the score line to the end on the tab that's on the one side of my lampshade, and I'm bringing the other end around, and I want the cut edge of that other end to be right up against the score line that's on my lampshade. So that cut edge just follows along that score line. So next I have a circular piece that has a cutout in the center, and I'm putting glue all around the perimeter, and then I'm lowering it into my lampshade piece with the glue towards the bottom, and I'm pressing down with my bone folder just to make sure that that glue takes. So I have one end of the neck of my lamp that has long tabs and the other one that has short tabs. I'm inserting the end with the short tabs into the cutout that's at the top of my lampshade. I want to make sure that all those tabs are right at the score line, and then I'm going to fold them down at that score line like so. And then I'm putting glue on the underside of all 8 of those tabs, and then I'm lowering my piece so that the score line is right at the edge of the cutout of my orange top, and then I'm just folding my tabs onto the surface of that orange piece. So you just want them to be glued right onto the top. So now I'm going to take my base piece and temporarily pushing these inwards. I'm inserting them in the hole that's in the base piece, and then I'm pushing my stem all the way through until I've reached the score line of those tabs on the bottom of my lamp. The score line of all those tabs are right at the cutout that's at the bottom of my base piece, and I'm putting glue all along those 8 tabs, and I'm just folding them back, gluing them flat onto my base piece. So I'm just covering that top of my lamp with glue, and then I have a circle, a full circle that just fits on top. And so next I'm putting glue on the underside, And I'm taking that octagon and I'm just placing it right on top, like so. And I'm just covering the bottom with that octagon. And then I have a piece of vinyl for the very top. I'm going to start at the seam and I'm just wrapping it around the top of my lamp. So this was the original version with the much taller base and a shorter neck. And this is the newer version, and it's got a taller neck and a much shorter base. For an alternate version, I've cut an opening into the lampshade piece. I've lined it with vellum, to which I've applied some black vinyl. I'm going to be lighting up my lamp with this small light. It measures approximately 1.5 inches long and 1/2 inch in width. So in the meantime, I'm going to assemble the rest of my lamp. So the base part is exactly as I've shown in the video for the other lamp. I'm just folding down on all the score lines for my base piece. And I'm putting glue on those side tabs and bringing the adjacent panel over and gluing the cut edge right to the score line. And I'm working my way around the shape, doing the exact same thing with all 8 sets of tabs. So now I'm folding down on the score lines for the neck of my lamp. So the part that's different with this version are these little rectangular cutouts that are along the side. I'm folding them outwards and then I'm pushing them through the holes and pushing them inwards like so. I'm putting glue on the underside of them and then putting glue on that side tab. I'm gluing the other end of my piece right down to the score line on my side tab. Then I'm going to push down on those little rectangular pieces. So through the holes, I'm applying pressure on the top. You could use your Cricut tool, that would work. I'm pushing down with my finger and applying pressure from the other end with my Cricut tool. So that creates a little base, and that's where I'm going to be inserting my little light. The rest of it pretty much goes together the exact same way as the version with the full lampshade. So now that it's assembled, I'm just twisting the base on my little light and I'm inserting it into the little cutouts. And so those are the versions of my lamps that light up.